Okay. My name is Lida Catriana Bajonero Camargo, and I'm a student from Minuto University. So today I'm going to talk about two units from a book called The Study of Language. And okay, uh, I'm going to talk about phonetics and phonology. So first, I'm going to give you the definition of phonetics. A study of the characteristics of speech sounds. Also, it studies articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Um, we are going to emphasize in articulatory phonetics. First, we have voiceless sounds and voiced sounds. Um, Okay, voiceless sounds when the vocal folds are spread apart, the air from the lungs passes between them unimpeded. Sounds produced in this way are described as voiceless, such as k, s, sh, sh. Okay, next I'm going to talk about voiced sounds. So when the vocal folds are drawn together, the air from the lungs repeatedly pushes them apart as it passes through, creating a vibration effect. Sounds produced in this way are described as voiced, such as b, th, g, y, l, n, ng, r, z, th, v, w, y, z. Okay, sounds like z or s, v or th. So with z and v consonants, you should be able to feel some vibration. Instead, with s and v consonants, there should be no vibration because z and v are voiced consonants and s and th are voiceless consonants. Okay, now place of articulation. So is the location inside the mouth at which the constriction takes place. We have some types of, so we have bilabials, labiodentals, dentals, alveolars, palatals, velars, and glottals. I'm going to define all of them. So first we have bilabials. These are sounds formed using both lips, upper and lower lip, such as b and consonants. Then we have labiodentals. They are sounds formed with the upper teeth and the lower lip, such as v, that is voiced, and th, voiceless. Then we have dentals. These sounds are formed with the tongue tip behind the upper front teeth, such as th and th. Then alveolars. These are sounds formed with the front part of the tongue on the alveolar ridge, such as th, z, ng, those are voiced, and th, s, voiceless consonants. Then palatals. Sounds produced with the tongue and the palate, such as j, j, voiced, and sh and ch, voiceless. Then we have velars, sounds produced with the back of the tongue against the velum, such as g, ng, those are voiced, and k, voiceless. Finally, we have glottals. There is one sound that is produced without the active use of the tongue and other parts of the mouth. There is no manipulation of the air passing out of the mouth. This sound is voiceless. Okay, now manner of articulation is about the way sounds are produced. We have type types of like stops, fricatives, affricates, nasals, liquids, and glides. Again, we are going to explain uh, each one. So first, stops. This type of consonant sound resulting from a blocking or stopping effect on the air stream. Um, okay, now fricative. As the air is pushed through, a type of friction is produced. Some of them are v, z, s, sh. Okay, then we have affricate. If you combine a brief stopping of the airstream with a obstructed release, which causes some friction. Okay, next we have nasals. When the volume is lowered and the airstream is allowed to flow out through the nose to produce sounds, such as and ng. Then we have liquids. It's formed by letting the airstream flow around the sides of the tongue as the tip of the tongue makes contact with the middle of the alveolar ridge. We have L and R in this part. Then we have glides, are typically produced with the tongue in motion or gliding to or from the position of a vowel and are sometimes called semivowels. So we have yo and wa. Then we have charting consonant sounds. So we can see in the screen chart when we can identify if the consonant is voiced or unvoiced. And also we can find like the manner of articulation of it or the place of articulation. Okay, now vowels. Vowel sounds are produced with a relatively free flow of air. They are all typically voiced. And we can organize the vowels in a chart like you can see in the screen, just right here. So we have front vowels and we have e, e. We have central vowels too, and we have schwa, a, and back vowels. We have u, a. I mean, in the screen we have some examples. If you can, I mean, you can practice with them. Then we have diphthongs, sounds that consist of a combination of two vowel sounds, such as I, like by, I, my, pie, sigh. Ow, like bow, doll, cow. A, like bait, a, great, late, say. Ow, like boat, home, throw, tow. And ow, oi, like boy, noise. Now we are going to pass to the other unit. This unit is phonology. So, it's essentially the description of the systems and patterns of a speech sound in a language. Is concerned with the abstract sets of sounds in a language that allows us to distinguish meaning in the actual physical sounds we say and hear. Then we have phonemes. We have the phonemes, so you can see the phonemes in the screen. Each one of these meaning distinguishing sounds in a language, as you can see. Then allophones and phones. So I'm going to explain the first one and then the second one. The first one is phones. So phones are phonetic units and appear in square brackets. And allophones is when we have a set of phones, all of which are version of one phoneme. Also, you can think about allophone if you have two words, and if even if you can change the essence of those words, you're going to understand those. Even if you say, for example, butter in British accent or in American accent, people can understand those. Then we have minimal pairs and sets. So when a group of words can be differentiated each one from the others by changing one phoneme, always in the same position in the word. That's important. Then we have a minimal set, such as we have, okay, rack and lack, row and low, red and lead, rise, lies, read, lead, road, load, rock, lock, room, loom, rust, lust. We have some of them, like maybe those are difficult from people from Japan and stuff. I mean, they can pronounce so good, like L and R. They can't mm, distinguish those. And yes, then we have phonotactics. They have been formed without obeying some constraints on the sequence of or position of English phonemes, and these are connected to syllables. The basic elements of the syllable are the onset, one or more consonants followed by the rime. So we have syllable, onset, or rhyme. Rhyme has nucleus, coda, and those have vowel and consonants. Corticulation effects. This is the final topic of this unit, and the process of making one sound almost at the same time as the next sound is called coarticulation. There are two coarticulation effects described as assimilation, and the other one is elision. So assimilation, when two sounds segments occur in sequence and some aspect of one segment is taken or copied by the other. Elision, this process of not pronouncing a sound segment that might be present in the deliberately careful pronunciation of a word in isolation. Okay, that's all about these units, and I hope you understood everything or almost everything. Thank you so much.